Morning from Toon and Lee's Pang farm here in Thailand. It's another lovely morning. Although it's early morning, it is still incredibly hot and it's getting hotter. The farm is baked to death almost. But you don't want to hear about the weather and me moaning again, do you? So I've got something special for you this weekend, and I've nicknamed it Project Dr. Doolittle. So let's see what Lee's mind's been up to since the last video. I know it's been quite a while. For those of you that have not seen goat herd before, it's 21 strong of various sexes and sizes, also various mental states as well. Some of them are a little bit unhinged. We haven't had most of these from birth, so we got what we inherited. Not long ago I gave a tips and tricks goat herding video. It's quite a bit of a giggle, me in the undergrowth with this lot. It was quite eventful, but it isn't another one of those videos. Today I will not be taking Toon's patent pending naughty goat bag stick, nor will I be taking my long handled machete. All I'm going to be carrying is my man bag over my shoulder and my camera. So why am I doing this? Not for the sake of another video, it's just that I want to be create as strong a bond as possible with these goats. I don't want to have to be relying on a naughty stick. And of course we've got great plans to increase the size of this herd. So we've got 21 now. We're aiming for well over 100 strong. So I want to be in control of these animals as much as possible. The other reason is sort of linked with that, and it's to do with the big fella. So over there, most of you will know Bullseye by now, our big Kalahari Red guy. We've only had him, I would say, about a month and a half. We've had a few teething issues with him, although he's an incredibly friendly old boy. We did have his sort of like full-on Narnia challenge where he rises up on his back legs and struts his stuff. He towers above me, never mind Toon. Toon had a bit of a power struggle with him. I've not been too bad, but that has been in combination with the naughty stick. Either that, or we've had the gate in between us. You see the gate there. So at night time when we put them away in here, I'm the other side of that gate. All right, Sam, I haven't got any food, girl. And he comes over for his stroke, so that's good. We're forming quite a nice bond with him. But if he doesn't get his strokes, he smashes the gate. And when I say smash, it is quite scary. For those of you who think, well, it's just a bloody goat, mate, anyone planning to come here, you will get the chance, if you're up for it, to be out with me and Bullseye. And believe you me, when he comes up to you, wanting a stroke or push up against you for a scratch, if that doesn't make you nervous, I don't know what will. We don't want to keep him penned up separate. You know, you've got to be on good terms with him. He's a big, powerful unit, as I said. So you've got to get him on board. So my thought process is, if I've always got the goat stick or a machete or anything out in between me and him, we still can't get that bond as much as we possibly could. The problem we've got is, what I reckon is, goats are incredibly clever. They're incredibly silly, but they're incredibly clever. Believe you me, when I let this herd out in a minute, most of them will clock that Lee hasn't got his naughty stick or machete. And we've got a bit of a clique within the herd. And Sam is one of them here. Also, who have we got? PJ's not too bad there. We've got little naughty Hoover over there in the corner. We've got Numbnuts himself, Mr. Tumnus there. Slim, right there. She's a bit like my wife. She listens to you, understands everything, and just ignores me. And where's the next one? Where is she? There she is. Over there, the all white one, Jessie. She's the last one to give birth. I should really rename her FFS Goat, because she's so naughty, and that's probably what I call her the most times anyway when we're out. But Chris gave her a name, and I'd feel guilty renaming her. So there's the first thing. They're always trying to wander off. The next thing is, of course, Bullseye. I haven't been out with him without anything in between us. I have been given some air before where he's took me off my feet. He just got his horn stuck underneath my t-shirt. So we're going to see how it goes. It could go incredibly well. It could be an epic fail and he doesn't come up to me and and the goats could almost go everywhere. I could end up with a shattered femur and pelvis and my spleen hanging out, but whatever happens, we'll keep the camera rolling. So I'm going to activate the bromance counter in the left hand corner. So before I do that, just have a guess. I'll put a little poll. I think it comes up in the right hand corner, guys. How many bromance moments we're going to have? So sort of like scratching and stroking, rubbing up against me with Bullseye. So the options will be 0, of course, epic fail, less than up to 3, and then if it's an outstanding success, over 3. I think I'll also put an option there that it gives me the Hulk smash. Right, without further ado, let's release the horde and see what happens. It's so hot today, I've got my sun lotion on. Oh, stop moaning about the weather. Here's one scary moment that I've had with Bullseye. Although he is very, very friendly, he is as horny as hell. I mean, if you were packing these, imagine the amount of testosterone he's got surging through his veins. So he was chasing Brownie one morning. Brownie's just laying down there, she's a bit lazy. And she is a bit of a tease. And she kept on flaunting herself in front of him, but not letting him have his wicked way. So it was time to let them out. So you see I've ravelled the access area, the access gate back here. And I was stood here. And I was expecting her to run straight out here. However, she chose to do a sharp left straight past me. And Bullseye was in pursuit. I was basically pinned between her running that way, him coming out, and the fence. I had nowhere to go. Otherwise I would have given my old rugby sidestep. And his eyes were red and snot was coming out, and he was full on rape and pillage mode. And you know that famous saying where your life flashes in front of your eyes? That didn't happen to me. I just basically soiled myself. He could have just smashed me to smithereens. So yes, when he's wants his wicked way, regardless of how friendly he is, that boy can do some serious damage. So no one's frisky this morning, apart from Mr. Tumnus. That's why he's chasing our young gentleman Scape. None of the girls are interested in him. Stinks of piss. Right, let's go then, you lot. Come on, let's go. Yeah, come on then, let's go. No naughty stick. Come on then. Hello, boy. That's nice. That's good. Good boy. That's nice. Good boy. Good boy. Let's go then. Slim. Come on. Let's go. Right, so this isn't where I wanted them. That's a good start. Come on in. Come on. They know straight away there's no stick. We don't want them to hang a right. Now, oi, up you get. Come on. Let's go. Come on. It's going rather well. Don't give me any trouble today, Slim, will you? I've got nervous energy. Partly to do with I have no idea how they're going to react, and secondly, I've had 2 coffees just to gain a bit of courage. All right, boy. That's nice. That's nice. Bullseye, bullseye. That's quite rough. That's nice. Good boy. Good boy. Good boy. Oh. He seemed to have peed himself. I don't know whether he was trying to scent me or he was just so excited. Look at the state of those on him. I know mine don't look half as impressive as that, but they don't half feel like that in this heat. Right, that's not a bad start. All 21 are out. They sort of went in the general direction I was hoping for. And I've lost count on my bromance counter. I think that's 2 already. He was pushing quite hard, but he wasn't actually pushing me really. He was scratching himself against me. I'm not sure if he was trying to wee on me, whether he just wet himself out of the excitement. Not missing the stick at the moment. Geraldine, come on Treacle. Come on old girl, if you don't keep up you'll never catch up, will you? Eh? Let's go and get your brekkie, eh? Where the herd are now, there's a reasonable amount of vegetation along the shelf. Look at the state of the water, guys. We're down to 1 metre now. It's just over nad depth. I'm not going to moan about the weather. Come on, let's be more positive. There's too much talking about weather these days. So ideally I'd like them to get into Jumanji land out the back. They've made incredible progress. They can't take all the credit though, because me and my machete, you can see through the majority of the eucalyptus now. It's really good. Very, very happy with it. So as much as I like it, some of you like me just filming goats and talking about goats all the time, I thought let's use this as a bit of an opportunity just to fill you in what's been going on and current state of affairs. Goat house build, I haven't done an update for quite a while, basically because we've only had 1 more day's work on it. We're not hacked off with the builder and his sidekick. It's just that he's got another job come up and it's for a member of his family, so that takes precedent over what we're trying to achieve here. However, he was supposed to be back yesterday. We thought, well, maybe the job's overrun a day, but he's not turned up today either, so I think Tim's going to have to give him a call and just find out when he's actually going to come back. I will be doing another update in the next day or two, and combined with that there's an opportunity for you guys to have a real input into the future of shaping our land, but I don't want to give that away because well, then that wouldn't be a very good video if you know it's coming up. Oh, the little ones are playing. I've got a little bit of a concern not being tooled up out here. It's nothing to do with snakes. I have made my own snake trap, I'll just say that, and I will be putting it out tonight. We have the bait collected. Toon caught the bait with our own bare human hands last night, so that's an upcoming video as well. Yeah, my only real concern doing it like this is because we haven't got the area fenced. Well, even if it was fenced, it's pretty irrelevant anyway. Is dogs from the neighbouring village and other farms, they do wander far and wide, and don't forget I'm out twice a day with this lot, ranging anywhere from like 1.5 to 2.5 hours at a time. And over those months that I've been doing it, probably seen dogs come reasonably close or show some sort of interest on 4 or 5 occasions. 3 of those occasions have been since we've had Bullseye. Once they see Bullseye, they ran off, which is understandable. However, if they did approach, he would run off. It's all show and no go really, unless you back him into a corner or he feels threatened himself and got nowhere to go. No, it's definitely flight that he opts for most of the time. The beauty of it is out here, most dogs in Thailand are scared of people. They normally get catapulted or rocks thrown at them. So yeah, we'll see. All right, settle down. Brownie is not good in the mornings. Right, this is our next challenge, to get them over to the right and get them into Jumanji land. So I'm going to try and squeeze through on the left and set up a human roadblock, which they'll probably ignore because I haven't got my stick. All right, buddy. Oh, here we go. Here we go, boy. That's 3. Boy, careful of the old todger, mate. That's nice. That's nice. Boy, fucking nearly snared me ball bag. Right, that set me back a little bit. So there's something. You do get preoccupied with him. Now, what you don't want to be doing is hurrying along too much. If you start a goat stampede, it's all over. Donna, 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 wait, wait, Donna. There's Donna down there. She knows her name. She's a good goat. Wrong way, love. Come on. Good lass. Wait. So of course without the stick I've lost some authority, but if you make the same angry sounds, they do seem to take it on board. Some of them I'm like Hoover and that, I'm not so sure she will. Getting back to a few bits and bobs that I wanted to chat about. We haven't done a video for, I believe it's 5 or 6 days now. I think if I don't get this published and uploaded today, that'll be 6 days, which is way too long for what I've been trying to achieve. I've been trying to do a video at least once every 2 to 3 days for you guys. Some of you guys, basically your bottom lip's been going if I don't publish often enough while you're in lockdown. So I've been doing my best to keep you happy, fellas. The reason I've been so busy, to be a little bit delicate how I say this, Toon is being ragged left, right and centre, and not by me, and not necessarily by the farm. Toon's the only child that lives near her mum. Her mum's only about 1.5 kilometres away. There's 7 kids altogether. No one else lives nearby. So basically, if anything needs sorting, there's any issues, there's any problems within the family, it all falls onto Toon. If there's any errands to run, and she just gets pulled left, right and centre. To give you an idea, the last 2 days we've been doing 11-hour days. You might think, well, you work a farm, should be 12-hour days. Yeah, fair dues. But just bear in mind the temperatures that we're working in, guys. And we don't stop for lunch. Morning we have a coffee, just sort the animals out straight away. May have a bite to eat, and then have a second brew, and then off we go. That's it. There's no more sitting down. Sometimes I might come back if I've been doing a biochar burn and I need to cool my bones down a bit, but basically that's it. So we're both flat out, but then Toon has to do this running around, and it is every day. Of course, we've got Toon's little niece popping down at least once, maybe 2-3 times a day as well, and we love her to bits. When she's here, of course, it does restrict some of the jobs that need to be done, and as much as she loves helping out with the goats, when you've got him running around with a hard on, you can't have her in there. So that didn't come out very well. I mean, it's just dangerous for her. She might just get knocked over, although she's not scared of him. The knock-on effect from this, of course, it takes Toon out of action, so that creates more jobs that either don't get done or that I have to do. And I'm not moaning about it, it's just the way it is. We've had to get these guys in to do our projects like the goat house. That's fine. I wanted to work alongside them from start to finish. It's just not happened. Maybe it's a little bit naive to think that I could take a few days out and get this done, but the fact of the matter is just our general chores each day. So if you think on average I'm taking these out for 2 hours, well that's morning, afternoon. It's 4 hours of your day gone straight away. Biochar, shredding, doing my worm castings and sieving all that lot, setting it up again. Day before I was spraying all our fruit trees. Day before that I was spraying all our palm trees. Yes, it's all with organic, but it does mean they have to be sprayed more frequently than if you're using some nasty stuff. Been trimming the fruit trees, cleaning out the little goose pond, so it is never ending. So if you imagine Toon's not here, I don't know, let's say 2 hours a day Toon's taken up with various bits and bobs. There's another 2 hours that I've got to fall on my shoulders, or that those tasks will be left. Toon then gets upset, frustrated, angry that she's not here to help me. She's just absolutely knackered. We can't really blame it on the thyroid because we haven't had her thyroid results back yet. They're being delayed due to the COVID. There's a shortage of doctors around here, so now her blood test results can't get analysed. So she may well be on the wrong dosage of thyroid medicine at the moment. So there's a little concern. And then to give you an idea, we both fell into bed at 8:10 last night. I was straight to sleep. I think Toon lasted till about 9 o'clock, just watching something on YouTube. Painkillers as well for me. I'm not as hardcore as Toon. So we gave ourselves a bit of a lie-in this morning, which was about getting on for 6:30. We get up, do our animal chores, and Toon goes into the kitchen, just starts to break the eggs for our spicy omelette with garlic chives. If you've not checked that video, it's quite a nice short video. I think it's less than 2 minutes, and it's a pucker omelette. We haven't seen, I don't know why, but we haven't had many views on it. I'll put a little end screen icon that you can click on at the end of this video. Check that out. It's I think it's more suited to Facebook. She's had a lot of people watch it and share it on there, but not many people have watched it on here. So if you fancy seeing Toon in the kitchen working her magic, then check that out. So yeah, she just started to break the eggs for that, and Toon's nephew arrives on the farm and drops off Toon's mum and Nibbler, little Kaimuk. So Toon does another omelette for Kaimuk. We just sit down to eat, and Toon's mum's first comment, bless her, was, "Oh, get up late again, cooking late again, your husband's eating late again." And it's just, we can laugh about it sometimes, but sometimes I can just see it just takes the wind out of Toon's sails a bit. So I do feel a bit bad for her. Not that we want to eat early anyway. You know, you get out of bed, first thing we both need is a brew, and let the animals out. They come first rather than us eating. Every farmer knows that. If your animals don't come first, then you're not running your farm properly. So the next thing is, it's a Saturday, of course. Saturday market has recommenced. So I dare say, should we now go into the market? Well, normally when I take this lot out, she's cleaning the goat house out, sweeping up outside. She then changes all the buckets of water over. I mean, it's hot, it's so hot now. They're getting through a hell of a lot of water when they're back at the goat house. And then she puts some dry feed out in the troughs and buckets that we've set up, so they can always eat whenever they want when they go back to the house. So I dare say I should be rushing around like a demented flea, doing all that lot before I get back with this lot. You don't want to be putting goats back into a house that hasn't been cleaned out. They'll be laying down in bloody feces. I mean, they're crap enough at night. You get up and one's bloody laid in it. So you've got to keep it clean. So you know, that's a given, that needs doing. Some of you may well know that a lot of people are getting a subsidy from the Thai government. Yeah, for people that haven't been able to work, their wages have been affected, or if they work farm, if you've got the appropriate paperwork, then you can get a little subsidy from the Thai government. Well, there's a lot of paperwork that needs sorting out there, and so Toon's got involved in all of that, sorting that out as well. Hello, mate. How we doing? That's nice. Wait, that's nice, mate. It's hot, isn't it? Hey? Hey? I love you too, mate. Hey? Where are you going round the back? I do fear, though, when he tries to get round the back of me, whether he's trying to drop his shopping off round there or not, I do have to be careful. I don't want him trying to bloody bend me over. Right, I really don't want you guys down here. One, you're hard to control, and two, there's another bee's nest where you like to eat. Right, let's try and shoo him up. Oh, hang on a minute, he's eating some spiky weed, so we'll let him finish that first. You're a handsome boy, ain't you, eh, Bullseye? Good boy. Ah! Wait! Wait! Come on! Not that way. The other thing I've noticed while doing this, of course, I'm having to look at the goats, look through my viewfinder on the video, and try look where I'm walking. Right, let's get you back. Come on, wait. I don't mean back to the house, back on track. Sometimes you have to leave a straggler. If they get one or two just left on their own, they'll soon catch up with the others. They won't stay on their own. Come on. Hey. Come on. Come on. Hoover. I know you can hear me. Come on. Good girl. Come on, Geraldine, bring up the rear, girl. Good lad. Oh, he's running. That's nice. Hello, boy. Bullseye. Bullseye, bullseye. That's nice. Good boy. Oh, yeah. No, bonus. What's that now? 5 or 6? Hey? Good lad. He's not being rough. There's just some serious bulk to the fella. I thought it would be a lot more pushing me around a bit. Oi, oi, oi! Good lad. Ah, he didn't like that, did he? Oi! Right, half Narnia standoff that was. There's Narnia attack pose, so I have to say the first time he did that, nearly shit myself. Thought this is it, it's all over Lee. I suppose a little GoPro on a gimbal doesn't have quite the same effect as Toon's naughty stick. But there you go, just a minor teething issue. You know, some people think, well, he's just about to smash you to pieces. Well, I think he's just a challenge. When we first got him, he was doing that a fair bit. I think he's just evaluating the pecking order. Really, you could think that it's a fine line between getting to know your animals and be friendly with them and having that element of risk. You know, he could absolutely destroy me if he wanted to. Now he's quite fit. Before, if you could outrun him for 50 yards, you'd have to have a sit down and a breather. He was a fair bit bigger when we first got him. He couldn't walk round the lake. Now he can walk all day. So endurance wise and speed wise and agility wise, I wouldn't stand a chance. I don't know what you call it. Not really calling his bluff. You just remain calm and confident, and hopefully you'll get the end result you want. Everyone happy, everyone calm. That's what you want. You can see the ground is it's bare in many places now. This is the last thing we want. But even with these like 10-minute showers, it's just not enough for the weeds and the grass to get going. It's really not. So thank God we've still got Jumanji World. Over the other side of the farm, I'll just pan round there. Way over there is an old river. It's basically a river bed now. It's completely bone dry. But there's loads of undergrowth out there. And some of the stuff out there is stuff that we haven't got growing on our farm. So really every other day I try to get them out there. And then alternate days get them out here. So we've got different weeds on here, different weeds out on the other farm, back of the other farm, and then again different weeds and grasses in Jumanji World over there. So just trying to keep their diet nice and varied and balanced. I know we haven't got the fattest goats in Thailand. We did have one guy speaking bad about our goats, saying that they're super skinny and ugly. I beg to differ. Our goats get a lot of exercise. I suppose if you just wanted maximum weight gain, you wouldn't let them go anywhere. You keep them in the house and feed them. And the guy that said that about our herd, that's what he does. Basically glorified caged animals. So whatever, someone wants to say that, they can do. We would prefer to have nice, healthy, active goats that are happy. And we only have to think back to when we got Bullseye, and although he'd been incredibly well cared for and in mint condition, there wasn't a hair out of place on him. To see that boy when he was let out loose for the first time, it was like seeing a bloody 5-year-old Christmas Day morning when Santa had been. He didn't know what to do with himself. And although of course we are embarking on goat farming as our main venture on the farm, it is very important that our animals are well cared for and happy. So we will continue to do it like this. Eventually everywhere is going to be fenced and there's going to be separate grazing areas to rotate them round, but they'll still be out and active every single day. Occasions when Toon and I won't be able to keep an eye on them, or we need to leave the farm for a while and leave someone else at the farmhouse, then the new goat house, once that's completed and they're living in there, they will still be let out of there, and then the gated access will remain closed so they can't get off the island. So they'll still be out and they'll still be wandering, getting their exercise and foraging what they fancy to eat. Here's a little snippet for you related to our bamboo. Now, a bamboo has took a massive hit. It shed every single plant shed all of its leaves not long ago. Oh, Annetta! No, this is what I was going to talk to you about. Then we had 2 days of showers, about an hour and a half each time, and that was it. Within, I would say, 4 or 5 days, all the bamboo regained their leaves, and we thought, this is it, we're on the up again. And what we noticed for the first time, because the leaves were quite new, the goats took an interest in that. And you might think, oh well that's a good idea, letting your goats out and eating your crop. They're only eating the leaves on the lower branches, which we usually trim off anyway. And the reason we haven't done any pruning is because the rainy season isn't here yet. We're not going to prune it in the dry season. Now, this is the beauty of integrated farming. During my research about bamboo leaves, because I was looking online about composting, you get bamboo leaves into your compost pile. There's selenium, which is very, very hard to come by in soil. So therefore I've been adding quite a lot of bamboo leaves to our compost piles and vermicompost and underneath the goat house. It's a good way, it's a good proven way of getting selenium levels back into your soil. Then when I was researching about potential healthy treats for goats, I was looking into, you know, what they should and shouldn't have in their diet and what your goats need and what they don't need. And there you go, selenium. Very, very important, not in high levels, but not easy for your goats to get. So there you go. We let them nibble off these lower, smaller branches, which we're going to cut off anyway. So there you go, free selenium booster for all the goats. The only thing is, do have to try and not let the goats cane the small plants too much. Oh, here we go. Cassava's growing next door. Oi! Oi! Over! Oi! Sam? Sure, I agree. Still an impressive turn of pace there for someone that's nearly 50. If they go again though, I'm done. I've got lactic acid building up in my quads already. This bit here, they love this. Anything dark green and wiry, they're all over it. Oh, I know, Annette, I'm watching you. Here's another little snippet for you as well. Here, when the rains just start to come, you get what they call, I don't know the real name, but Toon calls them mud mushrooms grown in here. So what I've done is remove a little bit of soil and the leaves from here. I've popped them over here, haven't I? It's nice and shady down here. It does hold a lot of moisture in here. As soon as the rain comes, you'll be up to your knees there. Oh, Annetta, we having words? Hey, I'm on you. Hey, hey, hey. Back you go. Not only have been clearing the weeds and nicking a bit of inoculated soil from here. Well, it's on the road, it's no one's soil, is it? Stuff like this, when people cut the cassava sticks to grow new ones, they just leave all this everywhere. Sometimes they put it up into a pile and just burn it by the side of the road, and it just gets blown away with the wind. Hey! Oh. Old branches that have been falling off the government trees along the road, like these. I've just been getting them, launching them in here. They break down really quickly. Let's see if this one will. It's a big one, so maybe not. Maybe not then. Rather than let everything go to waste, we all like something for nothing, don't we? So any windfall debris like branches and things like that, I've just been picking up and throwing onto our land. And look how it's just, it breaks down so quick in these conditions. Oh, look at them two again. Dangmo! Dangmo! Oh, you know your name when you want a stroke? Right. Yeah, so anything that I find by the roadside, even on the edge of other people's farms, if it's just going to waste, and I just get hold of it and throw it on our land. Because when you see mushrooms growing, they're at the side of the road. What I've noticed, when you start removing large quantities of well composted down leaves, so basically just leaf mould, there's all sorts of fungal in there. So that's where the mushrooms grow. So hopefully, if not this year, then next year, the spores will have survived this horrific drought, and we'll get free mushrooms. The only problem is people think mushrooms are fair game, and I'm sure even when we put the fence up here, when people see a nice flush of fresh mushrooms through our little bamboo forest, the temptation will to just jump over the fence and help themselves. Now just through there, I don't know if you can see it, there's a mountain there, and mushrooms like to grow around that sort of thing, usually because there's some shady bits, and we knew there was some mushrooms coming up. However, one morning the dogs were barking, and usually it's a bird or something useless like that, but we looked out the window and there was a woman helping herself to the mushrooms, and Tim was like, what are you doing? Well, I'm getting the mushrooms, aren't I? Well, this is our land, so can you stop doing that? And she just carried on. Hopefully it'll be a little bit different when we get a fence up, but we'll have to wait and see. But now I'm sort of gearing up the land to take advantage of wild mushrooms. I will be protecting them as best I can. I dare say word might go around the village, oh, that bloody Foraging is so kinyao, which means you're as tight as a duck's arse. It doesn't even let people get wild mushrooms. Well, no, if I've created environment for natural mushrooms, I would like them to remain our mushrooms. Everyone's hair or fur, whatever you want to call it, is looking really good. They were all wormed just the other week. I've been thinking about doing a video that shows you all the inoculations and vitamin and iron and all that sort of thing that we have here on the farm ready for the goats, keep them in tip-top condition, and how to do the shot. So we did a very, very rough video the first time. We did a parasite shot for everyone, but we do a lot more than that now. And so yeah, I might do, if anyone's interested in that, let us know. And I know there's a few of you guys that actually keep goats here in Thailand, or you're thinking about it. If you want to know, hello Tangma, if you want to know what brands we use, then I can hold them up and give you the name. Hey, don't you nibble a palm? Coming for a stroke and being friendly doesn't permit you to eat a palm. Not bothered about the palms now, they're really taking a back seat on their fodder that they like. This area here, you may well recognise it. Just over here is the quicksand pond where Toon and I got all the fish and shrimp and whatever, snails and stuff, and used that to get a nice wild stock of fish into the lake. This was all overgrown with sugarcane that had been left by previous people. Very, very wild, you couldn't walk through it. Me and the goats and a machete sorted that out. Now they like to go in there and mow it down. They don't mow it down like a sheep or cattle, but they do go there browsing. And I'll just show you here. If you like a nicely mowed lawn, then no, goats aren't for you. So the grass here, they nibble on it most days. Well, every day they come past, someone will have a munch on it. So they just stop everything getting out of hand. Yeah, they just like to have a nibble and move on. All right, Jessie, you're being incredibly well behaved. You must have a cunning plan. Oh, numbnuts, you're all right as well, mate, aren't you? Hey? I do have to say though, me and Toon both agree, he is looking pretty tasty. If we had a freezer with enough, well, we've got a freezer but not enough solar power to run it. If we did, he'd be in there now. You're being a good girl as well, Slim. Excellent. BB, what have you been eating, girl? Look at the size of that. Now, I'm not a betting man, but if I was, I'd put a few quid on her carrying about 4 babies. If she isn't pregnant, I think she's been nipping out at night to KFC or Burger King. That's some serious weight. Actually, what's good now, if you can just see here, is indentations on both sides. That means her kid or kids starting to drop, become very angular around the back end. So the time is approaching for BB to give us her babies. I've been singing to her every day to try and get them out. BB, where's your babies? Where's your babies, BB? But it hasn't worked. Gonna see if Bullseye has still got the hump with me and whether I can initiate a one final bromance stroke. And if it goes well, that means we end on a high note. If it doesn't go well, then you'll get a giggle, won't you? Bullseye, bullseye, where's my bullseye? Bullseye, you are my sunshine. You make me happy when skies are grey. Do 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 do. Don't you ever take my bullseye away. Good boy, hey? Good boy. I know, mate. I know. Oh, not on camera. Not on camera, mate. Big finish, mate. Thanks for tuning in, and you've been watching Project Dr. Doolittle.